All right.
Hi, everybody.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Happy Thanksgiving. They couldn't get me the pumpkin pie in time, so. And, I mean, I love you guys, but.
Yeah.
Pumpkin pie.
Respect. Is a little bit
You
low.
guys don't have any pie?
I've had mine.
No pie.
No pie.
SCL's always so low. Let me turn
You
it
don't
up.
really do pumpkin pie here, do you?
No, we carve pumpkins and
Pumpkins go out once a year.
yeah.
I had a fascinating conversation with the rest of my team about that, actually. Because back home, we used to carve turnips instead.
Oh,
Because you couldn't get pumpkins in the supermarket. Like big pumpkins,
Oh,
you just
okay.
couldn't get them. So you used to get the biggest Swede that you could, carve that out. And that's what you'd use.
they just charge twice as much for those nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah, they used to be dime a dozen.
No. The Studio Experience team,
This is going
delightful
well.
that they are, went to Costco, because we still have a Costco here, and they came back with what they approximated was an American Thanksgiving meal, which was pumpkin pie,
Twizzlers?
red vines, crazy delicious.
Not Twizzlers.
Not Twizzlers.
Are they not?
Get the F out of here with Twizzlers.
Are red vines
No,
different
red
than
vines and
Twizzlers?
Twizzlers are not the same thing.
Okay.
Whoa, he's...
Not even close.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Twizzlers are outright plastic.
They're
Okay.
good plastic,
Pancakes
though.
Hobo says Twizzlers are greater than red vines. Can we ban him from Twitch chat, please? Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Welch's Fruit Snacks. A proper Thanksgiving meal.
I feel
Hi,
like that's
everybody.
Jared's request.
I realized I took a bite before.
So you're really brave eating in the opening.
Welcome to Star Citizen Live. A lot of ship talk, eventually. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. And if you've never seen Star Citizen Live before, well, it's usually where we take about an hour out of our week and talk about all manner of things related to
Is
the
there a
ongoing
usually
and continuing
anymore?
development of Star Citizen. Today, we're going to go a little bit extra because we haven't done a show in a while. I said we can't make
No!
up for it and answer as many questions from the community, as many questions from
I needed them
my
to go
own
an
curiosity, as we can.
It's Thanksgiving.
Joining us on the show this week are three members of our esteemed vehicle content team. We'll go ahead and
First time I've ever
start
not
here
wanted them
immediately
to
my
go
right.
for
Tell everybody who
longer.
you are and what you do, John Crew.
I'm John Crew. I'm the vehicle director. So I look after the whole pipeline.
We are
All
watching
content,
live, though, so
all
no
the teams,
no
all the
pausing.
studios.
So everything related to a vehicle is your fault.
Correct.
That's not remotely true. Most things, though.
Yeah.
Ben, who are you and what do you do?
I'm Ben Curtis. I am the vehicle art director. So I look after the visual side of the vehicles, I guess. Make sure they look as good as they fly.
So if you don't like how they look,
Yeah, that's my fault.
it's all his fault.
Everything else, though, is...
Yeah. If you didn't care for the fin on the L21,
Yeah, that's my fault.
Oh, no.
his fault.
Fine, we'll get it out right at the beginning.
Where's
Mark,
the vehicle
who are you and what do you
experience
do?
team?
My name's Mark Gibson. I'm the lead vehicle content designer, and I make sure what John wants to happen actually happens.
And when do you start doing that job?
Nothing about the actual
probably in the
experience inside the ships. None of these guys
Casper
do
in
that.
chat says, question, should I have bacon and eggs for breakfast or beans and toast? Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs. Beans and toast.
Or both.
No.
Yeah, both.
The better question is, how do you do the eggs?
Scrambled.
I'm a simple man. I like scrambled.
See, I always want to do them fried, and then when they go wrong, they turn into scrambled.
That's fair.
That's a bad
That's
fried egg.
catastrophically.
Yeah, that is a bad
For
fried egg.
some reason, it's the one thing I can't cook. Eggs always go wrong for me.
So one thing I like about this beginning of this show is that there's a whole bunch of content creators who are like, bring back the shows and whatnot because we need your content to make our content and whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, that's why we
That's
do
not
it.
it.
I'm just
That's-
wasting your time.
That's not
just-
it,
I'm just
buddy.
thinking about
Because I know who you're talking to.
How many
That's not
restreamers
it.
and things. They're like, we're waiting
It's 'cause we
to
actually
watch
love
and
it.
to have comments on things.
Yeah.
We're just wasting time talking about.
Eggs.
And guess what?
In
I'm
all
enjoying
fairness,
this
we
too.
did say we were going to ask community questions.
not
and
it.
That was a community question.
That was.
God damn, man. You guys are so
That was a
lost.
community question.
They just don't
So,
get it.
all right.
That's
So
crazy.
this show's going to be a little different. We're gonna do some general chat. We're gonna talk about some high level things that I think are important first, and then we are going to get
Jeez,
to the
man.
community questions.
Fully
like I said, it's
disconnected
gonna be
from
a
this
longer
community.
show than normal. I can't tell you precisely how
That
long.
makes me
but,
so upset.
there's a lot I want to talk about. We haven't been on the air for a while, CitizenCon notwithstanding. So
Just to be clear, I've done
got you
totally
guys
fine
here.
without
I came
their
in on
content.
Thanksgiving.
Right?
We want to make sure that we get the most
Unreal.
out of this time. So let's start with some general conversation, some general stuff about ships in
We
general.
love the
project
shows
and
you've
whatnot.
made.
I want to start off with this year.
Imagine that.
This year, if my math is
Fuck,
correct,
man.
and please, you guys correct me if it's not, you have now delivered 27 vehicles this year. So my question is,
Are you
WTF?
okay?
Like, how did this happen? And what's this change been like?
It's been pretty full on. So at the start of the year, we talked about doing this year of quality of life and content. So we sort of knew we were going to
Just
be
year
working
of
at this pace
content.
ahead of time. We knew that there was a lot of content to fill, a lot of ships to fill. I think we've done a pretty good job of that. Big thanks to not just the team that works on the ships, but all the supporting teams, like all the people who do the web pages and the marketing art and the trailers and economy side, QA, everybody, because it's all just a big group effort, especially to do it at that scale. Like, it's the most we've ever done in.
You guys think
Any
this is a
year?
good year for ships?
Yeah. Last year was 23 or so.
Yeah, content
so
was good. It was a great year for
even
content,
more
I
this year
think,
is
too.
A big improvement.
I think it was a good year for ships also.
It's not gone without its challenges, but I think we've done pretty well on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'll be honest. I lost count of how many we've done this year. It's been
Yeah.
a lot. I think the kind of like the
I still just can't
transition
get
to
past
the-
what Jared says.
yeah, like the
Fucking
monthly
so
releases
insane.
and everything. It's it's been full on, but I think we've kind of weathered it pretty well. I think
Yeah, they fixed the raft this year. That was good
there's been no
quality of
secret
life.
We've been kind of expanding the vehicle team a little bit over the last couple of years, and we're kind of starting to, I guess, see some of the benefits of that. I think we've also kind of, or I guess we're still in progress of kind of like changing some of our processes and how we kind of tackle ships. That has kind of allowed us to speed up. Our concept team's grown. Like, everything has kind of grown a bit to allow us to kind of get a little bit more kind of throughput. I think it has been a challenge, but I think I think the team are in a pretty good place with what they're able to deliver and the speed and what we can deliver. We've ticked off a few big ones, ticked off a load of small ones, and it's kind of finding that balance of getting through some of the big ships, but also still being able to deliver a whole bunch of kind of new and exciting ones as well.
Finally getting the Idris out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
Idris
I mean,
out the door. I
some mean,
mean,
of that stuff,
fuck.
kind of got
Perseus.
thanks to the other teams on the other project that have helped us.
And
with
then
that
they did a
kind
good job of
side
like
things, but
using
it's
variants
been-
to make other cool
I think
shit.
it's been a busy year, but it's been a good year. Like,
You didn't
everyone's
miss
come to the end of it,
anything.
It's like, yeah, do you know what? We're
Just Jared being an asshole,
very proud of what
basically.
the team's delivered.
Oh, yeah.
That's it so
It's been
far.
reflected in every metric. Our daily average users are way up. Our concurrency is
which
way up.
you know.
Yeah, so
And I think some of that stuff as well, to be fair, is we can't lay claim for that. Like, some of that side of things, if
Ships are not the reason
plan
for those
the year
numbers going
kind of
up.
stability
Yeah.
improvements, I think, has meant that there's
We
more
close my
people
door,
want
be
to
right
play and they want more ships to play with. And so, the kind of work of some of the other teams outside of the ships that have kind of helped with that side of things.
So I want to follow
Failed
up
missions
with
are way up?
so
No, they are
27
not.
ships. About how many were from the backlog? Like my next question is, there's this question that always happens. We're just going to jump right into it, guys. Here, the decision between making a brand new ship that nobody's ever heard of, straight to flyable, and by the way, I want to. You missed the fact that not a single concept ship this year.
Yeah.
This is our first year we've done entirely straight to flyable or backlog ships. No more. The era of selling JPEGs or whatnot, as the folks on the internet like to say, done. But what
Not
was I going
done.
with this? But the choice between the backlog ships.
Because they're
like,
going
how
to still do one more, right?
How does that work? There's
My
folks
mouse?
out there who are obviously
sorry.
waiting on their Banu merchantman for however many years. I think it's almost 12 at this point, and stuff like this. Versus getting a brand new ship like the L-22 or
The
or
first.
whatnot. How do you make these decisions?
As we've said this a few times, but as you say, always someone's first show.
Yeah, they're still
When it comes to
selling
the backlog
concept ships,
ships,
though. Just not new
quite
concepts.
a few years ago, we decided that we're not just going to
I
release
don't
ships
know.
that just don't have their gameplay loop, or like their main gameplay loop.
Their main gameplay
And
loop,
for a lot
yeah,
of those older
because you
backlog
just
ships,
sold
they
one.
rely on features or gameplay loops that just simply aren't in the game or won't be in the game within the period of time it's going to take to make that vehicle. And I can't remember how many backlog ships we did this year, but I know the backlog has gone down because of it. Like, we've not added to it. It's net decreased.
It would have
so
to,
when
right?
you look at the ones
That's the
that are
positive here.
left,
No less
there
of a
is
backlog.
a sizable proportion of those that fall into that camp of they require feature gameplay loop, and we don't want to start and go through a whole vehicle to get to the end and not be able to release it. We'd rather use that time and resources to do
Again,
other
you
things.
shouldn't be working on those vehicles
So
at all
the backlog pool of ships to
until
pull
you
from
know what
is
the feature is.
relatively slim, so that has to be balanced against.
It's the biggest
We've
mistake
got
they've made.
11 patches this year. We want to have a ship in every patch. We've got
Them not
Fleet Week
releasing a Banu Merchantman is a
IE,
good
which
thing.
we need to have a lot of ships in. So it's always a back and forth of shiny new content,
Pioneer will suffer because
upgrading older content,
base
with gold
building and crafting
standards,
don't exist
and
yet.
then delivering backlog ships.
So that's a good answer, and like I said,
It might suffer a little bit, it might suffer a lot,
It's
but it will
important
suffer.
to continuously reiterate this again. It's the first show, and sometimes people just don't pick it up from the first time. It's while we don't always succeed. Obviously, the Clipper just went out. It's got a fabrication
Just
station in there.
concept, Zeus.
Crafting is not in just yet. Whatnot. There is a certified and deliberate effort to only make ships that come with their gameplay whenever possible, and so like that. And that's a major factor in why we make certain ships versus some other ships. While making 27 ships this year, and while working down not adding to the backlog with no new concept ships, while cutting down the backlog with delivery of those ships, you also, I think everybody's aware at this point that we're on the cusp of releasing finally our first version of engineering. Like, we have been talking about engineering so long. The first time we mentioned it,
The first
I was
version
dressed
of
as a
it now.
vampire. Like that's how long it was pre-pandemic, and we are on the verge of finally delivering this first version of engineering. We're currently shooting for December, before the end of the year. But obviously, this has been a massive undertaking for your teams, because you have to go
Yep,
back.
another tier
and
0.
As we're approaching nearly 200 ships now, not just convert the old ships to work with the new system, adding components and stuff like this, but making sure you build the new ones with this in mind. How's that been?
That's been crazy. It's a huge amount of work, and it isn't just they finish the feature, here's how you do it, off you go. We work with them to do the prototypes for it as well, so we actually test out and implement it on normally a test vehicle that gets chosen. But then to go back, because we've been developing ships for 8, 9, 10 years at this point, it means that how we've set stuff up over the years has changed as well. So how we have to deconstruct and then reconstruct it to work is different depending on when the ship was released. So on top of having to actually get the ships out and release all the new content, any downtime is spent in a combination of either bug fixing,
Again, selling ships
quality of
before
life
you
for
make the
existing
game
ships,
has
or
constantly
doing
gotten
all
in the
of this
way of
feature
them
support.
making the game.
Right now, the entirety of the vehicle design team is off doing tweaks and changes to improve how features coming out in December feel and experience, and we're actively making changes from what we thought it was going to be to what feels better and is a better experience. Literally right now, the team is sat doing it. Probably listen to me talk about them as well.
You wouldn't
Yeah, I
have
think
any of the
that's
stuff
like,
if they didn't do it that way, though.
part of
So
the
it's
challenges,
the chicken and the
even,
egg.
like simple things
It's-
like making sure the ships have got fire extinguishers. Like, we've known that's been coming for a while, and we've been adding them to a lot of our ships. As soon as we kind of knew that was coming on, but we didn't necessarily know exactly how that system was going to work, and we had no real way of kind of like testing it. So really now, a lot of the time is, you think, oh yeah, well, most ships got fire extinguishers, it's fine, but we still need to go through, test them all, make sure they all work, realise that, oh, actually, there's a bit of collision that is a tiny bit too big, that looks fine, but we had no way of testing it. And it's those sort of little things that kind of catch you out. On the art side, we're probably in a better place because, our side is less impacted by it. I think it's really kind of the design
Yeah,
and
there's-
setup side that's kind of weathering the...
For engineering, there's a lot goes into it that players just don't see. So we could spend 2 hours talking about how we do it, but essentially and we've been doing this process under the hood
for 2 years.
The last 18 months, 2 years?
Yeah, near enough.
Basically stripping out the old item pipe system, replacing it with the resource network. That was a lot of manual labor to do that. Mm-hmm. And the way that's been in the game since before 4.0, it's just basically been all the items just automatically connected themselves. That was just to get the system in functional. And now we've been doing the passes of actually physically linking all the items correctly to the relays. So people will have seen in larger multi-crew ships that have released the last 2 years, physical relays, physical items, and it's literally connecting up the resource network for those. So when you have a ship that has an engineering screen, you can see all these connections, you can manage it. And for the initial release, everything will support engineering. It just comes in different sort of stages. It's obviously, everything has to work, step one.
Everything supports engineering.
Ideally.
Well, was that the
But it
requirement?
comes in different
It's
stages.
not always a guarantee.
Not always a guarantee.
Let's just be real. It's not always a guarantee.
But obviously, a single seater is less work and less requirements than, say, the Polaris, where
Yeah,
a
the
single
Idris does
seater,
not have engineering.
you have the ability to repair your items through the MFD, and that's our sort of fallback case for a ship that doesn't have physical components. You could be able to do that gameplay from the cockpit. From
I was just about to pause.
And then as we go through the ships, physicalizing all
No
the items,
pausing.
adding engineering screens. Again, not every ship will have an engineering screen because it just doesn't make
Can't
sense
you do
to
that on a
You get more and more
multi-crew
of that
ship
gameplay unlocked.
as the
but it's not
pilot,
like,
though?
if a ship doesn't have physical components, it's way better than one that does for the gameplay. They both get impacted the same.
Mr. Mal0 in the chat says, what about armor? Well, yeah, it's coming too. So engineering's been on Tech Preview for a little while. It was on Tech Preview without armor. When they just finished the code check-in, I was talking to Torsten earlier today.
Okay.
When it returns to PTU, I think tomorrow, the day after, as soon as the build is stable,
Tomorrow,
is where it needs to
apparently.
be. Armor. The first version of Armor will be in as part of
Which means they
engineering.
dealt with the
And it's going
TTK on the
to
components.
dramatically change
Already.
the balance between ballistics and lasers. and
Hell
all
yeah,
that
that's
stuff.
Different
huge.
tiers of ships and everything.
Oh.
It's just fundamentally different
Yeah.
about how combat's going to play out.
Yeah, it's now you're now going to have this choice. Sure, I can use lasers if I want to peel down the shields and then melt the arm or stuff, or if I know where the shield generator is and I've got ballistics, I can punch right through that and take those out faster. It's like that. It's going to be a real interesting
The way he describes it,
challenge and change
like.
to combat. The more
So
you
just
know
use
these
ballistics?
ships, the more effective you're going to be and stuff. And then of course, continuing changes to flight model. The flight model will make that better and stuff as time goes on.
Yeah, well, it also massively benefits people actually taking larger crews, because if you're trying to fly it on your own, you can't go around repairing all the components in the bigger ship. So it encourages you to actually go out with your friends because they stay in the fight a bit longer. It's going to be a huge shift in the dynamic.
Yeah,
of
we'll
the
see.
multi-crew
The way he
ships.
describes it's weird, but we have to
So
play it.
we've got an ISC that'll air next week. That we shot with Torsten.
Holy
It'll
shit.
go over a bit. When the PTU goes, you'll learn more about engineering from PTU than you will from the ISC as always. And then we're working on a big engineering doc to release alongside 4 or 5 that'll help explain a bunch of the fundamentals and
Cool.
stuff. So we're all
Again,
shooting to get this
is
out
why we
before
like
end
the
of year,
content,
so
Jared, not to
we're gonna
make
do
our
our
own
best.
fucking content. God damn. News.
We've talked about making all the new ships.
From the source.
Talked about the choice
It's
between
exciting.
backlog stuff and whatever. There are still also there's this other class of stuff. There are still flight ready ships who are still needing their gold standard.
Ooh.
Their gold standard.
Here we go, here we go.
So
Somebody
let's
asked this
explain what
earlier.
the gold standard is real quick. And if you're so inclined, give me a list of what ships are getting their gold standard in 2026. I know it's a one
I'll
kind
take-
of a
I'll
one
take the first
question,
bit.
but
And then I can't get in trouble.
I'm gonna push for it. I
take
want
Jared
to
just
know
wants
what
to
ships
eat.
get their gold standard next year.
So gold standard, I mean, it's a term that kind of gets thrown around a lot, but for me, it's about
It's your
if we were
term.
releasing that ship today, making sure it has all the features, all the functionality of a ship that we are releasing that's brand new. So really, it's
their
going through
term.
and just kind of like, ticking off all of its components, its physical items, the different interactions, making sure the metrics are correct, and it's really just kind of bringing it up to the gameplay experience that a more modern ship would have. It's less about kind of making like stylistic changes for the just because you can. I think there's something to be said for.
Oh, he's thinking people think gold standard is
now we have
making it
obviously
more modern on the art
over
side.
the last 10 years or so,
is what he's
things
describing.
have improved in how we kind of create the ships. So we do tend to go
Like
in
a
and
Connie
make some
needs a
material
gold standard
changes,
pass.
and, like, relight it and do those sort of things. But I don't really want to go in and take away like the kind of core DNA of a ship. If we're going that far, then I think we may as well do a Mark II or a Mark III or whatever it might be.
Jesus
but for me,
Christ.
gold standard is just
Freelancer Mark
bringing it
II,
up to the
Connie
kind
Mark
of,
II. Here we
the
go.
functionality that we would if we were kind of releasing it today.
So that's gold standards. There's a lot of questions from the community thread.
'Cause they
and we're
can
gonna
sell
get
a
to
new
that in a
ship.
few minutes here. About the other ways we update the ships. So there's the gold standard, which you just explained.
Yep.
And then there's an outright rework.
Yeah.
You've got. I think it's Polaris owners are now somewhat envious of the Perseus interior.
Yeah.
Star Runner owners are looking at the Clipper's
they?
second entrance,
Yep.
and being like, "Where's my second entrance?" The 600i.
Yeah.
Just do that there. Sometimes we do a gold standard.
Oh, they pointed at him for
Sometimes
600i.
we shoot for a rework, and sometimes we do a Mark II, as we did with the Hornet. So talk to me about how the choice between a rework and a Mark II comes about.
So
If
with
the rework is so big-
reworks versus Mark II, it depends on what we're trying to achieve.
They make a
and
new one
whether
so they can make the money back.
What already exists actually achieves that. So using the 600i as a prime example, just as a talking point for one. When we made the original 600i, we had a particular vision for how we wanted the interior to be used and laid out.
Which
and
is
then
understandable. It costs
as
money to
the
make
game
these ships.
evolved, we realized that the interior
May not
just
seem that way.
doesn't work for what we actually want the ship to be able to do, what we want to achieve, what we want the experience to be while using it. And realistically, if that ship was left in the state that it was,
Rigoth, they
it
did not
wouldn't
answer,
actually
yes.
fit its role or purpose within the game. So
So
we
what's
want
the
to do
point of
is
a Mark II for
rework
a Hornet
something like
then?
that. It needs to be taken back and then re-reviewed. And obviously, everyone's seen the rework images.
Oh, this
the
is rework.
concept board. There's an entire
Understood.
thread on Spectrum where people are keeping track of everything for it that we've ever said and covered. That's the rework. That's
a
when
rework.
what's there doesn't work. It doesn't need tweaked. It doesn't need things adding. It doesn't need minor changes. It's straight up, it just needs removing and putting back in.
What else needs
the
a
gold
rework?
standard can sometimes be just bringing something up to scratch. So that's adding, say, the suit locker's missing, or the weapon rack doesn't work, or
Reclaimer.
other features that help the gameplay experience,
Maybe
but
MSR.
don't require us to fundamentally change something about the ship. And then the Mark IIs exist where the Mark I, the original,
Caterpillar?
still works
Caterpillar
for the
needs its
role,
modules.
but we want to make it bigger and better, but we don't want to get rid of what the original rule was being fulfilled. So if we
Cuddy? No.
talk
Cuddy
about
needs
the
art.
Aurora,
Too late. Too late now.
if we talk about the Aurora,
We saw the Aurora.
so
What are they?
the Aurora interior. Oh man, I'm getting in trouble after
Oh,
this.
we haven't seen the interior.
Mark, let's do it.
We haven't seen the
The
interior.
Aurora is obviously getting the gold. It's not obviously, but people are now hearing the Aurora's getting the gold standard.
It's
You've been
obvious.
reading the monthly reports.
Yeah.
Is it in the monthly? Thank God I missed that. Okay, so the Aurora is getting the gold standard. So what that is, the interior still mostly works, but there's some tweaks needed.
Okay,
make
talk
it
to me.
Work with our gameplay loops, but we don't need to strip the entire interior back. It needs a place to put weapons. It needs a place so you can actually walk inside with storage boxes. It needs a fire extinguisher. We don't need to gut the entire ship. So that's why the Aurora is getting its gold standard.
I was hoping it would
doesn't
get
need
bigger.
a full rework.
I was hoping it
And
did, but
we
yeah.
don't want to change what the Aurora is.
I knew it wasn't.
Because the Aurora's, it's the Aurora. So
That was
that's
cope.
when a Mark II might come along. Because we could do something bigger, better, different, something we're more interested and engaged in, something that allows it to be more than
Okay.
what it was, but is something new.
Don't give me this might stuff. You already said it, and they already saw my reaction. An Aurora Mark II is coming.
Yeah, the Aurora Mark II.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into details about it, but it allows us to take the DNA of what a Mark I is and then expand upon it, make it something different. Make
I'm
it
sorry,
its next
that's a Mark
generation
II
of itself.
that I
If you
could
looked
get
at comparison
behind.
of the Hornets,
Just looked at the chat.
I might actually
the Hornet
buy a
Mark
ship.
II and the Mark I side
for
by
this
side.
one.
You can tell they are both Anvil Hornets, even though they are stylistically very different. They're the same roll. They're the same rough shape.
Mustang needs
and
one
that's
as
what we
well,
wanna
but
do with
I
this
hate the
Mark I
concept of a
Auroras
Mark
and the
II.
That you look at it and go, that's an Aurora.
I just love the Aurora.
It does the same rolls, but it's new RSI style.
Yeah,
So, why make an Aurora Mark II? That's what
because
it's
I think that's very obvious why.
Primarily, a big visual upgrade.
Starter gold
compared to Mark
standards.
Is, but there are so many Mark Is out in people's accounts. Like, it's one of the most iconic Star Citizen ships. We don't want to just suddenly one day, poof, they all disappear.
No, we want
and
them
you've
to
got this new
upgrade.
ownership that you perhaps
Come
didn't
on.
want 10 years ago. So it's the same with the Mark I Hornets. We didn't get rid of them and replace everybody's with Mark IIs. We
them
want
collector's items.
both can
Like
coexist.
this
and,
idea
like I
of
say,
a
it's
collector
collector's
item in a game that
edition
hasn't
for-
come out is
I was
fucking
here
insane.
back when the Mark I was a thing.
Yeah, and as one of our kind of like iconic starships, you kind of want, you know, it's getting its gold
That is
standard to make
insane.
it, to bring it up to what we want that experience to be. And then the Mark II gives us an opportunity to update its visuals to a point that it, you know, like I say, it's kind of like the new generation.
The Mark
of
II has to
RSI.
compete with the Cutter.
So it gives us the options to do
Right?
kind of
A 100i.
both the
It just doesn't. The Mark I just
making the
doesn't.
originals function and play how we want, and also doing a kind of a full visual overhaul as well. And there'll be people out there that will be like,
On its internals.
don't like it, I want to keep Mark 1. And there'll be people out there that will be like, Mark 1's not for me, I love the Mark 2. And that's you know, that's a good thing, more options.
So I'm going to say something, and I don't want you to react one way or the other.
Then just don't put the camera on us.
But the opportunity, there's been a fan idea out there for as long as I've been here, well over a decade, for what an update to the Aurora could do. And I just want to know, have you seen it, and are you considering it?
What, adding ramps instead of stairs?
Yes,
The
that's
wings.
what I'm talking
We're
about.
absolutely considering ramps instead of stairs, don't worry.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it at that. And we'll go ahead and confirm that's coming in 2026, because why not? It's
Okay.
on the 2026 schedule.
Cool.
First half.
Enough.
There's nobody left to get angry at me.
This is why we like the
there've been
shows.
a few
This is
cargo
about our own
capacity
content.
changes
Holy
recently.
shit, it's about being excited about the
Raft,
game again.
Which was a big surprise. Like,
Fuck.
I didn't even know about that until it went live, and I'm like, what?
This guy just
This
and then a
helps
few more
you
coming
make
up in the
excited
future
for
with
the
the whole
game
series.
and what's coming.
The Raylan, which we managed to sneak in there with a little hologram thing, as well as an announcement that it's coming in 2026, which was nice. And I hear even cargo changes to the Ironclad are probably in order. What can you tell us about these?
let's start with the whole series. They were concepted back
2015.
15.
Holes
great
are
Jim Martin.
Jim
shrinking.
Martin. Back then, they were everyone's favorite measurement of cargo, freight units. They had,
How many
FU?
FUs a ship
they had
had?
so many FUs. And they got converted to SEUs. And as we brought
I
the
think they're
whole
gonna
series
shrink.
to the game, the whole C actually, I think, kept at its original
Pretty
SE
close.
conversion rate. The hull A was 48 at concept, but we increased that to 64. Again, cargo metrics in our game solidified over the years. It didn't make sense to do this weird 48 because it didn't nicely fit in with the size cargo crates we have in the game. And as part of that, we decided that we want 32 SEU containers to be our largest container in the game. There's not going to be like a magical 64, 128, 256 one. And that sort of has knock-ons for the whole D&E. But I want to talk about the whole B first. in that
Okay.
We've been working on that.
I'm so excited for
and
the ship.
That was 384 SEU at concept.
I think it's
now
gonna be like
512
Whoa!
it can
I thought it was
still
gonna be like
land-
200.
with the cargo fully on, planet side, and you can get in and out of it as an important
Whoa!
thing. There was a lot of finagling to
Yeah.
get that to fit.
We don't
512.
have images.
If you-
I want to be clear. We don't have images
512.
because Ben gave them to me and I forgot to load them up. So you can blame me. But essentially, it went from this to like this in order.
Yeah.
Should be a concept art,
Okay.
Jared.
Yeah.
That's
We're
a
back to that, and
I paint
then
pictures with words.
Yeah.
slightly
C2.
longer, but still within the same.
Basically.
Hanger
It,
size.
it was a little bit of a headache, but we tried a lot of different things, but yeah, we got there at the end. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it'll be all right. It'll be a nice reveal when it comes.
It's gonna bump up in
and
price, though.
We're working on it now, so that's all we'll say about that one.
2026.
Did you just say it's coming in 2026?
Yeah, if we're doing this, let's go.
All right. Yeah, the Hull B is coming in 2026 too. That's
I mean,
Should we just list
obviously,
them all, John?
been in the monthly report
No.
like 30 times. Early
No silhouettes
2026,
this year,
probably.
we're doing those days.
yeah, I got a question about the silhouettes. Talk to me about the railing.
Raylan,
No!
320
What about the
to
other Hull
640.
series?
People have seen the hologram in the halls and seen a lot of comments about the triangles missing.
Yeah. So
It's not. It's fake news.
yeah, it's not. So the hologram was based off of the game we have in the model we have in game at the moment. We are currently working out exactly what we're going to do with the cargo on it in terms of I want to keep the aesthetics there. I want to keep it as close as we can to the original concept, but I also want to make sure that it works and like I say, we don't want to end up with these weird shaped kind of cargo containers. So
Triangles can make squares.
We're trying a few different things. Haven't nailed it down in concept yet. It's kind of in the next couple of weeks we'll start looking at it, but it will support kind of just standard cargo metrics. We will keep the kind of like the visuals of these triangles. They may be like a frame that kind of clasps around it and holds it and kind of moves out the way. There may be little end caps. Not sure exactly, but it was just a
Okay.
case of we
What are your thoughts on this,
haven't
guys? I'm fine with
fully
that.
resolved that yet.
Game first,
So that's why it's not on there.
visual second.
But it is.
Yeah.
That's not
That
a
is still the
normal
plan.
thing for these guys.
I won't go back to the D&E because I forgot to go back
Yes.
to them.
I was going to go back after
Okay.
we did the Iron 2, but you can do it now. We'll sandwich some bad news in with the good
Yeah,
news.
whole D&E owners sit down because
No, they have
this is
to
going to sound
shrink.
like bad news, but it's
You're
it's the
insane.
news.
You look right at your camera.
If
there.
you
There
want
go.
them to have the SU numbers that are on the
John Crew
website.
camera.
Move out the way.
You're an
You're in the
idiot.
bad news camera.
Zoom in.
all the way.
They have to shrink.
Your cargo capacity is going quite a long way down.
Yeah, it has
so
to.
The
They were
D, I've got my
insane.
notes here, is going down to 6,912 SEU, which is a lot of SEU. And the E is going down to
For the-
12,288 SEU.
That's
so,
still insane.
gut reaction, that's a big drop from, I think, 98,000.
The,
and
the
I can't
price
remember what
people
the D
paid
was.
for those, I could see maybe they get
But for
angry.
years,
But for the game,
people
that's
quite rightly said, this is going to be so boring. I don't want to sit and load 3,000 plus
just boring, economy
32 SEU
breaking.
containers by hand, or even in an org.
Yeah.
Economy-wise,
yeah.
huge concerns, and then performance-wise, also huge concerns. So, whilst they have on paper gone down
Ironstone, they're about to.
by a big percentage, they are still
No.
The top of the
the
game.
absolute top, and we have no plans
If-
currently. To
If you have an
any
issue with
ships
this,
that
you're not
get
putting the game
anywhere near
first.
those.
You're
Like,
putting yourself first.
I can't think of one that actually beats the whole C at this point in terms of cargo capacity. So the D&E is still the cream of the crop. Their role remains unchanged as the bulk and super carriers. They're just their SEU comes down to more reasonable levels.
Yeah, totally fine with that.
I'd genuinely be curious to
I'm
see
a Hull
how
D
long it
owner.
would take to load a Hull E with the original numbers. Like, hand on heart, genuinely curious how long it would take to put that many 32 SUs on it.
Yeah, and we looked at the concept meshes of it, and there's some quirks.
Always work.
They basically add extra spindle for the D and then for the E, but the scaling's all like off, and there was just no way we could even get to those numbers with the current actual cargo metrics. Like the spindles would have had to have like quadrupled in size.
Yeah.
As it was
I think
Yeah,
proportionally.
it's just dumb.
proportionally.
Interesting. And obviously, we will revisit the concepts when we
Yeah.
kind of get to
I'm
that
not
point
gonna
as well,
lie.
'cause then
If
we
they
need
put
to
the
get
C
past.
down,
It's one of those things. I'm looking at
had
chat
the
here
D be
live.
the
I think
C,
a lot of people
I wouldn't
suspected
care
the same
either.
thing. It's like the numbers never quite made.
Yeah.
You know, made sense. They were a mistake
absolute
back
W.
then. Whatever. These are ships that are not coming in 2026, but we know the answer now. We know what the correction is. And John
I don't know why
came to
that's
me,
funny.
Gosh, it was like last week.
I
think
didn't
he said,
expect
"Hey, I'd
them
really
to
like
either,
this
but that's just,
information out
it's
there
funny.
now. There's no reason to sit on it." So I really appreciate you doing that. Back to some better news then. Ironclad.
Ironclad time. Here we go.
Yes, so that's obviously in production. Again, monthly reports, backlog ships are always mentioned in there. We don't keep them a
Yep.
secret.
Yep.
Ironclad cargo capacity, both of them going up. So
Whoa!
the base
Hey!
Ironclad was 1,536.
1536.
1536.
1536.
That's going up to 2,204, and the assault's going
Okay.
from 1,152 to 1,440.
I see why you got notes now.
Yeah, this is why I have it written down. Again, they may change slightly as we
What?
get close to
That's
release,
sick.
but it's that proportional change. Why did that happen?
We
Did it get taller?
reshuffled the inside of it. It's
Was
as
it
it
the
went.
bulkhead move?
It was the bulkhead
okay.
move, and it was changing where the ladders
moved
were.
the bulkhead!
So there was as
Hell
we went
yeah.
into when we went through White Box with the actual layout, we then get a good chance to walk around and play and feel what the ship would be like. There were a few changes that happened to the layout and how we were orientating everything. And as things push and pull around a little bit, there's a little bit more space. It made sense to fill it, so we ended up putting a little bit more cargo in there. It's one of those things where there might be a little bit of change. We'll never go down, but we'll sometimes take it up a little. Well, we sometimes might go down. We'll talk about the whole D in Hull E. But it made sense from the layout and everything, so just got a little bit more cargo because
Sweet.
it made sense to add it, and it looked.
Sorry for always
dumb
covering
not
your
being
face,
there.
Ben.
Because it looked just like a gap. So
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Yeah, when we were looking at it, there was some gaps in the cargo grid, and it's kind of like if
The
they're
Ironclad's gonna be
justifiable,
awesome?
Fine.
I'm
When
not
it's just a
saying it's
gap,
gonna be awesome
it's just,
yet.
People are just going to shove more cargo in it anyway.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Can we
Well,
get
it
the
was just
cargo
'cause the
through the
ladders
main
moved.
door?
Yeah. Originally there was paths so you could get the ladders to the catwalks, but because we moved them out
If
to
I
the
move
side,
the
it
cam
just
top
didn't
left,
make sense
chat's
for
over his
everyone.
face. What's the difference?
Aurora Mark 1 sneak peek image that went out a few weeks ago was sat in the Ironclad's cargo hold. as a
Yeah, we
background.
knew. We
Just a
knew.
little bit of a
Oh, we didn't mention when the Aurora
We knew.
gold standard arrives.
2026.
2026. It's also coming with all those damn
all those
Kickstarter
paints.
campaign
I've gone
paints.
Yeah.
pretty Sherlock Holmes on some of the old paints and
Really?
trawling our archives and the internet trying to find all the details of the paints that
Going back to the original Kickstarter
were
page.
once promised before my time, and
Literally some of the oldest outstanding things. One of the reasons I really respect and enjoy working with John and Ben and sometimes Mark is that we can have a conversation at like 11 o'clock at night about how, guys, if we're going to do this gold standard, we really should dig out these paints. We really should dig out, these things that existed before I was here, before you were here, before you were here. Figure out what they are. Figure out what's going to take to get
That
them
tells
and-
you
and do
what
them.
Jared's been doing.
And you guys
And
are
why he
always
hasn't
down
been
for stuff
making
like that. Yeah,
videos.
absolutely. If that's something we're on the hook for and deliver, let's just get it out of the way and stuff like this. It's
because I think
it's just nice.
I think he might be more involved in other things
four
now.
that we know what they
This
look
year.
like, and there's still 2 or 3 that I
wish they would
can't
just
find
say
any
it.
visuals for at all.
No, they never had any video.
So we'll just we'll make something cool.
So, all right. And finally, before we get to the player questions portion of this show, this is the last question that's from me. Every other question for the rest of the show is from you folks. What was my question? We didn't do a silhouette thing for Citizen Direct this year. Mostly because the two of you are lazy, I suspect.
Didn't ask one.
So we didn't do a silhouette. We're not going to do one here today. Don't get that hand shapes.
There's a whiteboard. I'll just drag it over. We'll start doing silhouettes
Shadow
of
puppets.
everything for 2026.
There are still 2 outstanding ships from that silhouette of things that were supposed to come in the next year. Go ahead. We've already revealed. We've already said the Aurora Gold Standard is coming next year. We've already said the Aurora Mark II is coming next year. We've already said
They were not coming.
Oh, I almost revealed.
Not that easy, is it, Jared, when there's so many of them?
Tell me what those 2 ships are.
There's actually 3.
It's actually 3.
There's actually 3. So
Yeah, Pioneer was one.
Everyone thinks it was the MTC silhouette, but it was actually the MFC, which Ben announced in the MDC video yesterday. So that's the crafting version.
That's the fabricating version of the.
Yeah. So basically, it's got swaps out the rear section for a crafting section. Opens
Nobody's
up,
going to
makes
use
it
that
wheels
thing
again.
unless it crafts something
Does
dedicated.
this. Just imagine the
it
back.
goes up like that
It kind of adds a little
pops
bit of
from
like shielding, so you can get to your crafter if you're under attack and.
Excellent,
reload the
Tim.
arm.
You
so
too,
proud
man.
of us, right?
Yeah, I know, it's brilliant. It's basically how I deal with my team. It's just this.
It's the classic art director
Yeah.
meme gif of just
So yeah, we've got that.
the big Anvil Atlas chassis one is the Auxilia,
Yep.
which is, if you like the Clipper, it's basically that in a Atlas ground vehicle chassis. So it has a crafting machine, same dimensions as the one in the Clipper, and a tier 2 med bed in it, in a big hulking great.
It looks really cool as well.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
Nice little kind of forward operating base.
Yeah.
kinda.
Yep.
Yeah, one
Okay.
person, drive it in, and you've got your little respawn and crafting and everything.
It's a tier 2 bed,
Trying that
too.
bunker mission.
Yeah. And then the last one, a lot of people correctly
I'll
guessed.
never understand vehicles.
Guest. Guest was a consolidated Outlands ship, and that is, I think, currently called the Forge. I don't know
called
whether we're
Forge,
going to keep
yeah.
that name or not. You
Forge.
can guess from the name what it does. It's another crafting ship. It's basically a
Small Pioneer?
small to medium-sized solo ship with a whacking great crafting machine, bigger than the ones people have seen in the Clipper and other ships. And it also has a onboard refinery, so you can refine goods to make your things you are crafting or fabricating. And then
Whoa.
11th hour request for it as well was, much like the Pioneer, it's super big brother.
So that'll be
It
the
also has
first.
ground extractors in it,
refining
so
ship.
you can land on a planet and extract the resources to refine to use for your crafting. Yes.
And I mean, with that one, we were fairly early with the concept when
I don't know
we
if you
kind of
overheard-
paused it.
It'll extract from the ground
concept's
as well.
super cool. It's got this amazing kind of like slab front kind of glass canopy to it.
Which the Pioneer was the only one that
full width
could
flat.
do
So
that.
it was a really cool looking
Yeah.
ship.
So it's a solo Pioneer.
Can't wait to pick it back up. But I don't know if we'll end up doing.
We'll end
or
up
not,
tweaking
but
it.
Yeah. we'll see.
Again, it's got a, like we talked about earlier, we don't want to do things that we're not confident that the gameplay is going to be there in time for its release. And it got a few extra things added to it than when we started the concept for it. So then that's obviously pause it.
And obviously, if it hasn't been apparent now, the reason those didn't come out last year is because crafting didn't come out last year.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know, it was on the production schedule.
But then they
but
changed
We
everything.
knew ahead of time enough that we were going to end up with a ship that didn't have the gameplay. So we pulled that out. I can't remember what we put in its place, but we released something else in its place.
So is crafting coming in 2026?
Hopefully.
It's above my pay grade. So you need to.
Yeah, but it's not really.
How's that team?
Yeah, it's not up to them.
We're gonna try. All right. Oh, there's a good question in the chat. I lost it. Oh well. You know who you were.
No, he doesn't.
So let's jump into the questions from the community. So the next 30 questions or so are entirely from members of our player base, and we've grouped them into a couple of different subjects. Let's start with some Perseus questions. We'll start with the questions related to our 6 currently new vehicles at IAE. And the first question, and these are generally in order of what they were voted up most that could actually be addressed. Will you be adding gravitational plates to the outside walkway of the Perseus?
No. It's
I wonder why.
It
Next
was
question.
Yeah, next question. There's a lot of people love those areas that you can walk around outside of the ships. There's some
Jesus.
really fun, annoying bugs and technical consequences from it that happen as a result of basically abusing the setup to get that to function. And for the Perseus, we really just wanted it as this planet side, like I've landed on a planet in my Perseus, and then I've got this nice little balcony on the side of it that I can go out the rear bridge airlock door and then just survey the land
This is
and
how you do that.
defend the ship from.
It's not to say that we won't ever explore some gravitational
there's-
plates on the
there's-
walkways.
Sure,
Like
but
those.
it's not the physics grid method that we currently use. So we used to have it on the outside of the character to stop people clipping themselves into the back of it and stuff. It's not what that system's intended for, and there's way too many consequences as a result of using it.
All those people
Okay.
hoovering up transport shuttles and asteroids with the front of their 890s and Carracks and things like that.
It's their fault.
It's their fault.
Why is the Perseus pilot? Why does the Perseus pilot have control over the ship's torpedoes when the Polaris pilot isn't allowed to use the torpedoes? There's a lot of questions from some rather salty Polaris owners who see the Perseus and like, why not me?
Because the Perseus learned from all the mistakes of the Polaris. They probably should have done Perseus first.
It is good.
It is good news.
Believe it or not.
So in 4.5, we're going to allow one of the bridge stations. We were talking about this last night. Which one
We
was
went for the gun, not the missile.
the gun one, not the missile? So the back right station of the Polaris bridge will have torpedo control as well now.
How does that change anything?
It's, as you can imagine, you can use it from there. There's still a reason to go down into the depths of the ship to use it because you then get that 360 camera, and it also has a much larger queue of missiles from there.
Yeah.
So how many did we settle on there? 8?
8. So can I queue up 8
so
at
if you want
once?
to bankrupt yourself, go down to the basement of the Polaris and queue up 8
What are you
torpedoes.
shooting at?
So it's different in the
Something you don't
bay
want
than
to
it
do.
is up top.
So yes, we do want to, and people will in 4.5 have it. So at least they're on the bridge together doing things.
I'm sorry, the pilot should be the
why not
pilot.
pilot?
Yeah, why not?
Because
That
we
Tirada
sort of
clip
want to
tells
have
you why.
some enforced balance there. The Perseus torpedoes are way smaller, way less damage compared to the Polaris ones.
Big ship pilots
There's this thing.
need to focus on
It's like
moving the
when the-
shields. They got to focus on piloting.
The Mercury Star owners look at the Clipper. It
What
has
clip?
the second entrance is like this.
Try to
There's this-
find a clip of
There's this. It's easy
Tirada
to want every
flying
ship
the
to have
Polaris
everything.
or Perseus.
It's real
incredible.
easy and completely understandable from a player standpoint. Let's just be real. You have your favorite ship, and your favorite ship can't do something that some other ship does, and that irks.
Idris
That
pilot should
just
have
makes your
access to the
brain itch.
railgun.
But this is my favorite ship, and I want my favorite
No,
ship to do
it's about the
everything because it's
Idris.
my favorite, and this is the last ship I want to fly. But
It's you made a broken Idris, and
weirdly,
everybody's
that's not exactly
pissed.
great game design. You don't want everybody to just pick one ship and that's the only ship they ever fly for the remainder of their time in the game, because that becomes boring. You want choice. You want compelling differences between this ship, that ship, and the other ship and stuff like that. So while there's certainly things that can be done, like adding the control to another station, behind the Polaris and stuff to bring certain things into parity, you don't want this forced equalization of all things.
Yeah, and without even looking at the chat over there, I can already tell they're going, well, the Polaris doesn't have this. Why does the
Idris.
Idris pilot get the railgun? And
Talk to us.
I can see that, and it's a sort of different problem in that if you don't give the pilot of a ship that has a fixed weapon on the front of it control over firing that weapon, it's basically useless. You will never hit anything trying to coordinate between two people with something with such force accuracy. That doesn't mean that we're happy with how powerful that railgun or beam is and won't look to balance that in the future, but it's not justification for the Polaris pilot or co-pilot, because we also had this discussion of why do we just give it to the co-pilot of the Polaris? Well, then no one will sit in the pilot seat because they'll go sit in the co-pilot seat because they can fly and then shoot the torpedoes at the same time. So it's all sort of a fun multi-layered thing, and it can seem like, oh, they're just ignoring the problem, but there's lots of things to consider.
And I think
At least
there's
they
loads of
know
balance
the
things.
problem.
There's loads of things that we've just learned over time that we could improve on. And we're not saying we're never going to go back and make improvements to ships,
yeah.
but these guys are trying to balance them. So
The Idris.
You just
should be
wandered
shooting
into
the
one of my,
railgun
I've got
big
my
ships.
I've got my 7 catchphrases that have developed over the last decade and a half or stuff, and one of them is that every ship that you guys make is better than the last. I mean, I really truly believe that. There's this idea.
Okay, we don't need to hear this.
It's another
The issue with the Idris,
that we
like what he said, is just objectively not true to me. The pilot and the co-pilot could work together to fire a railgun at a slow-moving target, which is what the Idris should be firing at, not small-moving targets like a Connie, right? That won't work if it's not for the pilot. But if it's Idris on Idris, it absolutely should be able to work. I don't know. I don't think I'm crazy here.
We should learn from these things and get better with every single one.
Do you want me to go into this or not? Or have we got time to talk about Perseus, Polaris, and things?
Yeah, by all means, do it.
So I think so. There was a little misconception over the Polaris, is that we didn't have signage because we didn't know what we were doing, or we didn't have signage for this and the other.
I assumed you didn't know what you
I'll be honest. I
Jared
didn't
wanted
want
to
it to
eat
be
more
overly
candy.
signposted. And was that right? Probably not now looking back at it, because the general feedback has been
Polaris is fine.
people much prefer it. For me, what I was trying to do with the Polaris was I wanted it to feel like a cold, intimidating, kind of brutalist space that wasn't like particularly welcoming, wasn't particularly well signposted. Like they were all decisions
The
that we were
blue and
making
the
to
red
try and
was
make
fine.
it feel just somewhere that was a war machine. And that was kind of like the vision that I was trying to put into it. Did the team ask to put signage? Yeah, some of the team did want to put signage on it. And I was like, actually, I don't want to overcook it. Obviously, on top of that, it was the first time that we were learning a lot as we were going. We were building out kind of RSI kits. We were kind of investing a lot of time into like the underlying structure that we needed to then be able to build future ships quicker and smoother. And I think, obviously with the Perseus, we saw that a lot of the feedback was people didn't like it, people got lost, they didn't like the lighting, they thought it was bland and everything else. So we used the Perseus as an opportunity, and the NA team, they did a fantastic job with it, and all credit to those guys that they looked at it and they were like, what did we learn? What are we going to improve? And it's resoundingly been a success. Everyone seems, or from what I've seen, it's been very, very positive in how that's been received. Are we going to go back and change that on the Polaris? Are we going to go back and make changes? We will make changes. When?
Who cares?
It's not coming tomorrow. So we need a little bit of time to kind of go back and focus it. We are making some quality of life changes sooner rather than later. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to kind of like knee-jerk react, make loads of changes to it, put it all in, and then them not be just kind of rush it. I'd rather kind of do it right and have a little bit of time just to kind of let the dust settle, look at what was really successful, learn from it.
This
and
is
go in
funny.
and make those changes to it. So
When you rush out the
I was trying to do
ships,
one thing and it turned out
not
people
gold
didn't like it.
standard
That's fine.
to meet
that's absolutely fine. And I'd rather have the opportunity to
the day
go in
that
and
the
fix
patch
it
goes out.
Then actually no, screw you guys, you're kind of done. So yeah, we will go back. We will kind of make updates to it. Will it be as colourful and bright as what the Perseus is? Maybe, maybe not. But I want to experiment with it and try it first before I kind of hard commit to this is exactly what we're doing.
I appreciate your candor on that. Chad's made that comment a couple of times in the show today. It's one of the things I like about getting to do these shows is that we get to just be real candid about that kind of stuff.
That's why we miss them.
Yeah, it's some things
I can't keep
happen
bringing this up.
because of it takes a village and there's 30 people involved in that and
We don't have to
thing is like that
speculate.
because it has to be the synthesized decisions of 30 people and that's why it ended up that way. And some things are I wanted it that
Hold
way.
on, I'm bringing up Photoshop real quick.
I take
might pop
credit
up on the
and
screen.
also responsibility.
Yeah, responsibility. That's
yeah,
it.
exactly. And
you
I
go.
really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And again, just to read between the lines there, eventually he said he'd go back and look at some quality of life stuff in the short term. But this, like the folks who have been waiting for the 600i, rework. This isn't a rework, but it's just when we talk about these things, we're giving our best intentions and knowledge that we have at the time. But that's not a schedule.
Yeah, and there's some things that we can do relatively quickly, and there's other things that take a little bit more time and just a little bit more thought process into it. And I just want to make sure that we kind of like we do it right.
Yeah, but I will say the RSI kit, like in the last, starting with the Polaris. I know we just had some words about the Polaris interior, but there is so much of the Polaris that just pushed that RSI brand beyond.
Yeah, and then we also have the Zeus,
The Polaris and the Zeus.
Yep.
And stuff like this. It's
there was this whole thing with the Polaris and the Zeus where, for me, the Polaris was what originally I'd wanted RSI military ships to feel like, and the Zeus was this commercial, something like a little bit more inviting, a little bit more welcoming. And I think with the Perseus, we kind of found that really nice balance between the two. So we just need to go back and sort it.
I'm excited about the future of RSI. I've always been, I've always been an admitted, Drake guy because I like the usable future and everything. But the last year, I've really come around on RSI.
Same.
It's what I saw with the Zeus, what I saw with the Polaris was just.
I wish the Zeus was a better cargo ship. I would have loved to use it.
Your favorite also shares the boss's name, just as a political commentary. This next question is simply shark mouth Perseus skin. Please.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not sure yet. I'm going to be non-committal. I don't know. I'll be honest. When Chris asked for the shark mouth Idris, I was just like,
Chris asked for that.
Well, you know what I could. We got all these like monthly holiday promotions, Stella Fortuna and I could go back there. We could invent Shark Week.
Shark Week, okay.
Shark Week 30th century.
I bet you Shark Week.
And just force you to make shark paints for.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see if someone in chat says that Shark Week's already a thing.
It is a thing.
But no, it is a thing in real life, but this is the 30th century.
Yeah.
They're moving over.
We just continued it.
Do sharks still exist in the 30th century?
Manny, let's talk about a Shark Week.
Please don't.
Manny doesn't watch the show.
Please
the
don't.
next question. Star Kitten Perseus paint, please, by two different people.
One of them wasn't me, I promise.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this Mark? So it's always Starkitten, isn't it?
Yep.
Bloody Starkitten.
Just give us.
Ben hates Starkit.
No.
Everyone's
go.
like, give us Starkit, and Ben's just like, nah, can't. I
I'm not
refuse.
covering Ben
Everyone
anymore. We're
thinks I hate
covering
Starkitten.
John.
I don't hate Starkitten.
It's like me and Drake.
I just want it to be used and released
Ben's the best.
for a reason.
Deliberately.
Yeah, if we have a Starkitten celebration month, then yeah, of course we do Starkitten paints, absolutely. But I don't want to just slap Starkitten on it.
Are you challenging me?
No, just because everyone likes I think it's got to feel right, and just slapping it on the side of a ship for no reason doesn't feel right to me. I'd love to build out that
Cracking concept
whole
of
family,
it. They
whole
might.
brand a little bit further, so it's not just Starkitty. There's a whole host of characters.
Star Shark.
Star Shark, yeah, that's fine. But yeah, not right now.
Okay.
Yeah, unless Chris asks me to, and then I'll be like,
I doubt that request will come from.
oh, don't know.
Chris hates
He
Starkit.
does
Confirmed.
have a whimsical streak.
He is on board with doing
that
more
people
characters
don't
in
give
the
him
family,
credit
so,
for.
yeah.
The fact that I've survived for 11 years proves he's got a whimsical streak. But last Perseus question: how will ammunition be replaced on the Perseus during combat? Will there be some kind of ammunition containers in the cargo hold?
Yes,
already told us.
I think we've talked about this before.
We have.
But I'll go over it again. We have plans, short term, that
Multiple
you'll be able
times.
to sort of restock, rearm, refuel from select ships from the stores that you have loaded onto their cargo grids, and if there's another ship in the hangar bay, whatever.
Talked about that at Citizen.
No, they're not plans like this. Is
We
has
talk
to
about so
happen.
much, I'm starting to forget
Yeah.
when and where we said stuff. So that's more for like rearming and refueling ships that are docked aboard your ship, landed on your ship. But the same will apply to ammo as well. So if you've got ballistic ammo on your ship, ballistic weapons, short term, it will essentially hoover it out the cargo grid. Mid, long term, we'll have like dedicated space next to those turrets. We sort of left space for this in the Perseus 2 turret
This
rooms.
wasn't
They're just arted up
mentioned.
with like fluff. You see it in the stance attack. There's
Right.
all this cool artwork that implies loading of stuff that you'll be then manually loading the specific ammo type into that area,
Badass.
and that will go to that weapon.
Very exciting, actually.
Salvation questions.
Making multi-crew, multi-crew.
Can you add a button on the back of the Salvation to keep expelling the boxes in the buffer? Having to keep going into the cockpit
he
to
said
press
ammo
the
type.
button should not be necessary. Thank you. That sounds like a bug.
Yeah, if you've pressed the button in the cockpit to keep auto ejecting, it should just keep auto ejecting, and if not, it's a bug.
It works now.
Didn't get it working. It is a bug though, so it should, if we get to issue cancel, we can.
It worked on the Salvation, I believe.
Will the Salvation fit in and work with the Galaxy's refinery module? Look, I mentioned the Galaxy.
Galaxy question.
Holy
Only one.
shit.
It
2026?
will fit inside the rear hangar, and then you can unload the cargo and refine it.
Yeah. There's like a big double door from the rear hangar to the modular section, so
it'll be relatively easy to fit inside there, to be honest.
I was going to say,
We might have to stop
probably get a couple in there.
Get a couple in there, not a bother.
I have to stop the Salvation flying through that double door into the refinery module.
I hadn't thought of that.
Good challenge.
No, I don't want people doing that.
Chat's like, Galaxy 2026 confirmed. What made you decide to lock the Salvation salvage
him
beams to
again.
modified cinches instead of allowing them to be upgradable, swappable?
So the main
They are swappable.
role and purpose of the Salvation
I
is
swapped
to be
them to a
introduction
Braids.
into the actual the entire world of
swappable.
salvage. It's a good entry ship just to get started, and we wanted the heads that came with it to specifically try and be a easy experience. So it's very forgiving, but obviously the result is the yield isn't very good. It's just supposed to be, hey, listen, you know you don't really know what you're doing very well with it. Let's make it nice and easy for you. And then if you end up really liking the Kree and wanting to
I think
progress,
it's a bug.
You move out of the Salvation. So we wanted to be able to very strictly control that experience and not have
they
that
not know this?
head used on other ships, because it isn't.
Some
it's
bugs
not
we
meant
don't
to be
talk about.
a
Sorry, Chet.
good,
Sorry,
optimal
sorry,
head.
sorry.
It's just supposed to be a
It's literally a starter.
easy.
Yeah.
That's exactly in a nutshell. We don't want to add complexity to a starter.
Yeah. It's the same thing we did with the Golem.
Yeah.
Earlier
It's
this
exactly
year.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not, guys. It's
when
not.
we originally talked about them, we talked
I put
about
a
them being
braids
the
on.
opposite sides, one Salvation.
Torsten's not here. I don't know if cinches are the best option for hull scraping. It's supposed to focus on
No,
hull scraping.
braids
That might
are.
just be me being a little bitch.
The beauty of them being locked and bespoke
Well, they're
versions
not
is we
reading
can tune them,
chat,
like,
so-
if they're not performing how we want, then we can change them.
All right. Let's move on to
He didn't read
Clipper. Clipper.
This is what I hate about
was that.
SCL.
You ever
That was like the
see it?
follow-up
There
point.
are things you see in this game, in this project. You work here long enough, you see a lot of things. The Intrepid showing up early and everybody absolutely hating it, and then it going live, and then it moving like hotcakes as far as volume. The Clipper, when we put it in,
Everyone's like,
you put it into build, and those folks who data mine and stuff like that, putting out YouTube videos and whatever, and be like, oh, this thing's so ugly and whatnot, and then it goes live, and I mean, it's now the most successful Drake introduction ship that we've ever done.
Wow, I believe it. I believe it.
So
it's so
where
cool
was I going
looking.
with
It's
it?
so different.
Where was I going with this? I got lost. Oh, there's a question here. They already wrote it. The Clipper. What will it be able to craft?
Good
obviously,
question.
we're not the people doing crafting, so I can't give you exacts, but it's designed to be FPS items and small ship items, sort of within that world. It's not designed to be like
Anything
I
in
wanna
there,
make
Rain? I don't
another
see it.
vehicle. It's clearly not going to fit, and it's sort of part of the balance of that ship. Everyone's like, why does it not have a bigger cargo bay? Why doesn't it have a bigger this? It's the jack of all trades, master of none. It has a relatively small cargo grid, relatively small crafting machine to sort of constrain that.
I feel like there
Yeah,
was a
sounds
pretty
like
good
size
answer
one
to this
components.
question in the Q&A. In the Q&A that got published alongside, and that's that basically crafting is still being worked on. We did a segment on it at CitizenCon Direct, what the very first version of crafting is currently scheduled to look like. It should avail itself of
Very
everything in
minor.
that first version, but then as crafting continues to develop and it continues to diversify, the nature of what it can craft will probably change as the nature of what can be crafted in the game.
The
can
perfect
change.
off-grid
So
ship.
it's
I
not
feel like
really
the
a
perfect off-grid ship
answer
doesn't
that we can
exist
give
yet.
right now.
I don't think it's the Clipper.
Trispone says, Jared, it's still ugly though. Your mom. I love the Clipper.
Yeah.
Why has the Clipper, despite its massive physical size, only 2 size 1 shields?
Good
Again,
question.
it's the jack of all trades, master of none. If we gave it really big shields, like when we were doing this ship, it had
Just
quite
a
a few
size
internal
2,
nicknames for
one
its-
size
its
2.
sort of its roles and capabilities.
But it wouldn't
and we
fit.
were pretty concerned it was just going to be like, when people first heard about it, they're like, this is going to break the game. Like, we need to have some form of like balance and control on it. And that's sort
fair
of why
too.
it doesn't have a huge amount of shields. And as a benefit of having size 1 shields, it means you can actually craft size 1 shields. Like if your shield gets destroyed, you can go craft another one on board and go fix it. Whereas if you had a size 2 shield, it's probably not going to fit.
We're not concerned
Like, we
about the
wouldn't have
shield
had
being
space to
destroyed.
fit
We're
in, but it would've got
concerned
even
about the
bigger,
shield
taller,
just
longer
going down.
to fit that.
Also, it's quite Drake, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it kind of fits with the theme.
It's not really
Too
a
many
trade-off.
guns, Too few shields.
Shields go down,
Cutlass
armor
says
goes
it.
down, you die, right?
And this next question on the Clipper, we originally had Rich on the show from the vehicle experience team. He wasn't able to make it at the last minute, so this
there you
really
go. I
quick to
said
him
that at the
for him.
beginning. Where's
but
vehicle
why
experience?
limit the Clipper in speed to below 1,000 and not 1,100 to 1,200? This ship should be fast based on its name and the number of engines. So we know his answer was balance just where it's supposed to be, in line with it being a generalist and not a specific speed demon kind of thing. There are a lot of engines.
There are, again, it's Drake. There's a lot of engines. They may not be the best engines in the world, but it makes up for them
sure
with the
do
number.
look cool, though.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Like,
Like,
big doesn't mean they're powerful.
no, exactly. Yeah.
I do.
Very inefficient.
This it's a weird thing to like, but the animation on the engines is really satisfying.
I never noticed it actually.
To watch when you open
Now I'm gonna
it.
have to
I don't
look.
know why there are two things
I
that are
like
getting
the wings,
getting
though.
really. Again, it's really nice to see evolve over time. One is the ship animations are getting really dialed in, and two, I'm gonna shout out Simon and everybody on CIG Audio, your ship audio lately.
It sounds like a lawnmower.
We had Simon on. I can't remember how long.
We know who
Simon
to
fell
blame
on
for the
about the new era
audio
and
bugs.
CIG audio team and whatnot, and what they've been doing for our
Simon.
ships this year. The L-22 weapons specifically.
The Wolf's noises were incredible. The audio from the weapons.
Like, I know it makes no sense to the vacuum of space. I don't care.
It also
Looks cool.
is a little. You might get sued.
Speaking of the Wolf, we only
That's
have
why they're so good.
only one question here about the Wolf. Will the kits for the Wolf be available in game for AUEC? Yes.
When?
Eventually.
Yeah,
the
bullshit.
Wolf weapon
Now.
kits are no different than the, let's see, how many have we done? So we introduced the first weapon kit with the Idris K. The Idris K was a weapon kit, and then we introduced that back in 2019 and whatnot. And yeah, it didn't come online until May of this year, but it came online there.
It came
the
online
Heartseeker
with the ship,
turret
but
for
not in the game.
Hornet
Still
in
not in the game,
February
right?
is another weapon kit. That is currently not in game. I just had a conversation with Andre and the economy guys. That's going in game in 4.5. It's just one of those things that we didn't see it. The Nova tank Gatling gun and the
Scorpius.
They're talking about
missile
this
turrets,
like they got good feedback about those things.
Those were sold
You didn't.
exclusively on the store for a period of time to fund the project, and then those are in game now. These are absolutely no different. It's no different than all those things that we've literally been doing since 2019 with the Idris K kit. It's the weapon kits, like the ship weapons. We used to. I'm gonna go off on a tangent here.
We've been
we
doing
used
it
to make
since 2019,
variants that
so
were
it's
just weapon
okay.
loaded, like the Hornet Wildfire and the Saber Comet and stuff like this
Starfighters.
and whatnot. At the
And we didn't like
Starfighters,
those either.
the Ion and the Inferno and whatnot. And I don't think any of us really felt super good about that. It was
So
where
you're
the
doing
tech
it in a
was at the
different
time when
way.
we had that's what we could do.
I can't
now
with
with
these
this
guys,
era
man. We'll
of-
never
of
get
weapon
through.
kits and whatever. We can
There's better ways
have
to
to
do
develop
this.
an entire variant just for a loadout thing. And I think that's a better value proposition for our players, quite frankly. But it is still a means of just like we used to sell those. I'm just going to call them kind of crappy variants, weapon loadout variants. We used to sell those to fund the project. Now we do these instead of those
To fund the
and
project.
like everything, they'll go into the game. I don't know what the period of
I know it's to
exclusivity
fund
is,
the project,
it's
but like-
it's not hardcore and defined. It's like the Heartseeker turret's going in now because it just is. But yeah, those will go in. The
'em in
Idris
now.
K weapon kit will go in at some point back when I leave here. I don't think it's in right now. So
It's
I'll
not.
go and I'll talk to economy after this.
Idris T.
The Idris T kit, right? Idris T. We've done weapon kits for a while now, and stuff like this. So they all make it into the game eventually. So
See how
no,
he's
just
talking to
mentioned
them?
Wolf-
His
Wolf
role's
thing
changed,
Yeah.
is
and it's
I know the
marketing
paints
now,
were
it
a
looks
little bit
like.
broken when they went out.
right.
It hurt me, but it was either that or broken damage, and it was deemed that we wanted the ship to function properly, even if the paints were a little bit broken.
This is the ugly
yellow
wolf paints.
lines over the front retros just crushed me. Yeah. But it's been fixed. It was fixed within a few hours of the build going. It was just something that was too late for us to fix for the release.
Jared's always been marketing, but like more so now. He seems
And
involved.
yes, Chad is reminding me eventually a way to get the railgun for the Idris M, from the Idris M.
In the fitness shop.
Big shot.
Big shop.
Yep. I think the big mistake is everybody assumes they go into UEC shops.
Yeah.
And that's never been what's said. They will be attainable in game. So for a long time, UEC shops were the only way we could do that. But now loot is diversifying. People have just seen the physicalization of helmets and stuff like this. There's going to be certain things that you can only get through loot. Crafting is somewhere
gonna
around the
say
corner.
Wicklow.
That will be
People are
another
gonna
way to
rage.
attain these things in game. And Wicklow, everybody's favorite,
Everyone's favorite Banny.
which some people online, not completely incorrectly, have dubbed crafting light. When it works. Despite what some people online have said, I've never sat here and lied to you, not once in 11 years. I'm not going to start now. But all of these different ways are ways to achieve, or ways to acquire things in game. It's not just automatically UEC shops.
That's going on the
that
fucking
said,
TV.
The wolf kits will eventually be in UEC shops. I'm just making a point that it's not just automatically that. All right, so let's move to some general ship questions. Really excited about the Generalist class of ships, seemingly formalized by the Clipper. Any other manufacturers that we might be seeing?
Of course, they
some
just made a whole new
Generalist
class of ships. They found a new way to sell.
I definitely think it's in 2026. There'll definitely be at least one more. I'm not going to say any more than that.
I wonder
We're
what
going to reveal
company.
the entire 2026 schedule tonight. That's right. All right. You're saying there's going to be another Generalist ship.
There'll be another Generalist ship.
I'm trying to scratch my head thinking, what we signed up for? I can't remember.
It's been so many at this point.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is the next question, but why we've changed the categories and gone through them all.
Yeah, in 4.4, people probably logged in and saw that a lot of the categories were kind of fixed and updated on their ASOP.
I had a bug come across my desk for ground vehicles displaying as ground. And it annoyed me immensely. So I went into our tools to have a look at it and just discovered this web of broken
Ridiculousness.
stuff. And as you do, you start pulling at the thread and fixing one thing, and then you realize the inconsistencies. So we went through and aligned them all. We got rid of ground as a career, because whose career is ground. So all the combat vehicles that are ground vehicles are now combat with their subclassification.
Oh, fair.
that just
That's cool.
morphed into-
Makes sense.
Just re-looking at them all, light, medium, heavy, freight.
Yeah.
We also realigned some of the categories because they were done 5+ years ago when we didn't have the range of cargo ships we have in game.
Yep.
So we've sort of normalized that out to new numbers. I can't remember if we've published that, or it's our thing
I don't
we're
think
gonna
so.
do shipyard.
Yeah, no.
again.
We are.
Not yet.
It's one of those things. You and I did the shipyard back in 2016, 2017, and we say every year that it's time to update it and whatever.
Yeah.
We are going to find time
Yeah.
to do an updated shipyard in 2026. That's another thing that's coming in 2026. It's absolutely needed. I got to get these other teams I'm building fully up on board, and when I'm not, whatever, then I can go
Yeah,
back.
you keep hearing
to
it.
that
Jared's
stuff.
role is not video guy
I
anymore.
also knocked onto the web as well. Like the web store is an entirely different set of data,
Oh, yeah.
saying an entirely different set of things.
But I hate that.
I had to make a post. I had to make a post last week.
Again, I'm so
because
angry at the
We are
beginning.
part of the things. People are like, "What does Jared actually do when he's not filming like this?" Well,
You've not been filming, have you?
Because
one-
I
one
don't
of the
think
things
he
I'm in
understands
charge
how
of
much
is
we
massive
like
store
this.
audit that we're doing. So we made a mistake. We've been trying to add. We've been slowly adding, slowly working out definitions for all the different roles and the types, and adding them to the website. And Rome's not built in a day. But I made an update to, and it was me. It was me who did it. I made an update to, I can't even remember what ship it was, and I removed part of a definition that I didn't mean to.
Oh, fuck, it was Jared.
Nope, that's
The
not an
reclaimer.
actual change. That's me trying to do a good thing, messing up. So we put it on there.
That was Jared on the reclaimer.
Jared, we want more video content because we like it. Well, I like it too. And there will be more video content next year.
Okay, great.
Probably not back to what it was at the height date. But I am bound and determined to do more next year
More
than we did this year.
2026.
That's another thing.
Good. I mean, that's honestly, that's
I don't know
it.
how I'm going to do
Just
it.
save this for like New Year's Eve. Kinda,
This sort of is art. No. It's kind of our New Year's Eve.
that
Delegate.
might work New Year's Eve. More.
Delegate,
I'll get in
Jared.
trouble.
Delegate.
Have you made any good progress on the Caterpillar and Ironclad command modules?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
The
Next question.
Monthly report.
Oh, okay, fine.
No, go ahead.
no, it's fine. That's fine. That's all you want from me, Jared.
Go ahead and say
Sorry.
it.
No.
Go ahead and say it.
So the actual parasite stuff for being able to take control of the large ship and fly and control it, we've actually got the first playable coming up very soon. They
Playable
used a
internally,
prototype
probably.
of existing ships, but the Ironclad and the command module have been built with it in mind. There's slight tweaks needed for them to use it with that, but first playable's coming up soon, and we're currently on track to have it come out with it, with the
2026.
actual release of the Ironclad.
Oh, wait, was there any truth to the rumor that you just took the command module of the Caterpillar, stuck asymmetric wings on it, and called it the Clipper?
No.
Now that you think about the shape, it's similar.
No, we turned it upside down and called it the cutter.
Yeah, that was the cutter, yeah.
5 new ships released at this year's IE, yet all are missing a practical, quite useful element. Downward-facing landing lights. Why has this critical element been overlooked in ship design? Are you stupid?
Maybe.
I added that last part.
I mean, possibly.
Why
So,
did this guy waste all this time typing that?
It depends what context we're talking about. Because if the practical purpose of them is the same reason that people wanted really, really powerful
Spitting
headlights
facts?
and
All right, we found the guy who
lights and
wrote
shit,
it.
It's to help them navigate
He's here.
in the dark, so it's easier to land and go about on dark path surfaces. When we kept extending the range of the headlights, it didn't work well. It's really unperformant. And when you got a group of ships together and they're all pointing at each other, it was impossible to see anything because it would just be like driving down the highway.
Everyone remembers the scouts.
Everyone's got the high
Scouts,
beams on.
super bright thing you can see from orbit.
Yeah, it was too much. But people need a way to be able to actually navigate in the dark. Like, absolutely, that's something that's needed. So,
Night vision landing camera.
we do have plans for a solution. It's a system called, we're calling it LAMP.
They're calling it
Not
lamp.
Star Lamp?
I mean, I didn't pick the name, Jared. I didn't pick the name of it. But it's LAMP.
Lamp is back.
It's to...
I love Lamp.
Oh, I love that film. The entire purpose is light amplification, so it's to let people be able to fly and navigate at night. It's currently in early stages. We don't exactly know when it's going to be going out, but what
Okay.
it does is it puts
Not
light
night vision, though.
amplification on all of the canopy glasses, so you actually be able to see what you're doing in the dark.
Yeah. If people have used the
Oh.
FPS scopes with the light amplification, it's a more expanded.
Oh,
For your cockpit
so it
glass?
is.
cockpit glass.
Oh.
So that's the
This is
solution
why we
to
wanna
have you
watch this
navigate at
show.
night. Now, if the question was because it's cool,
Yeah, it is
bit for the
cool.
ships.
Yeah, just blame me. It's fine.
I can't stop saying it.
I still want an underneath landing camera though.
How the fuck does that work in third person?
Especially
This is a
on-
first-person game
What's the one
PC.
that took off and landed vertical?
Sulan.
Yeah, so
First-person game. Take your screenshots.
With the Clipper debuting an integrated crafting station,
know.
are we going to see them added to existing ships such as the Carrack or Aquila?
Carrack, yes, because it was one of the promised features of that ship was this repair room, which at the time sort of was pretty undefined, but now it's repair is sort of like crafting your own small items for things, and you can sort of repair adjacently to it.
We're figuring out plans
we were
for,
talking about
for
the killer.
Thanksgiving
We
right now. Abby was like,
Can't
you got to get
remember
off
that
what I tell
being
you.
a thing for it.
I don't
So
remember that either. I think that
if someone has some hard evidence for that being a thing, put it in chat or comments or Spectrum thread.
I missed this one, guys.
Tag me on Spectrum.
send your comments, Carrack, John Crew.
Yeah.
We spent like a good hour today digging through every single bit of the old marketing material for every generation of it and couldn't find a thing about it on the Aquila. Just
Aquila.
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 Tomato.
Aquila.
If anyone has
Idris,
got
Idris.
anything of it, just
Aegis
tag me,
Idris.
me and John Spectrum. We'll, yeah.
I do look on Spectrum, but it's
You just don't reply.
I don't reply because I get a lot of tags.
Okay.
Aquila never had what?
Here's another one. With another large ship added, Perseus, conspicuously lacking the option to reserve a name,
Crafting?
even if it wouldn't be visible in game.
I don't remember it having
Can someone
crafting.
please give us an update on the intentions around ship naming? We've had absolutely no word in years to confirm or deny that the original reservation system is still aligned with the team's philosophy. If it is, then what's stopping you from adding ship naming simply on the web hanger side, so we can reserve the unique names we have in mind?
So from a vehicle content point of view, there's two things there. Since we introduced vehicle naming and serials with the Hercules and a slew of other ships, we've done the setup on all the ships to support having names since then. So anything in like the last 3, 4 years
4 years.
Yeah, at least one.
has the setup for it.
Why
We're
aren't they
not,
doing it?
at least from an art point of view, not particularly happy with how it works because
Yeah.
it's basically a fixed size, maximum 32 carry long length string that goes on the exterior of the vehicle. If you name your ship B, it's the same size B as if you had 32 Bs in a line. So it doesn't look great. It doesn't react to the paints.
Oh, thank
We
you,
get to
Holy
pick
Blazer.
the
I think there
font
was
and the
2.
colour
Thank you.
in the current system. So if you pick, you've got a black hull ship with white font, looks great on the default. You go put a white paint on it, it doesn't react to that. We need to enhance that. So either the paints have an override for the serial numbers and colors, or the serials do some magic to detect that. And
you
we also
again.
want to like highlight them with lighting. So like you see on the Enterprise, it has little lights that illuminate up the name and the serial number. And we need that to work with the dynamic scaling side of it as well. So from a content side of view, it works. We're not particularly happy with it. There's
And
also a
it should
huge
not
amount of
be a
work that goes on
priority.
the platform side that they
Like the
would
fact
need
that
to
we're talking about this on the
I
show right
know
now
it's a
is
hugely manual
silly,
process.
I think.
because of the way so many people own so many ships, and because it's unique names, they do it in a wave system.
I don't know how to say your name. Thank you for the sub.
So
though.
you need to go work out the
Sorry.
owners of every ship, divide it into waves, let each wave have time, and
Like,
I
they're
say, it's
still
manual,
talking
and
about
it has to be approved because people on the internet put naughty words on the outside of their spaceship.
Yeah. It basically needs feature work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really.
we can do it, but it's a huge amount of manual work that
Still wanted.
So it's a
Chris's
huge amount of work.
Busters on it. It just
Yeah,
needs
and
feature work.
Nigel says, we set all the ships up. There's some
That should be like the
polishing niceties
last
that we would
ship
like to
thing they do
improve
for
the visuals,
1.0.
But then it's more on the feature side.
Let's
that's
be real
really-
here.
We
For
need it
all
to
the
be
things.
scalable as well. From like the time investment to set it up, it's a huge amount of it. There needs to be more practical ways.
But
to
it
do
sells ships. So does everything else scummy they do. Like, who cares?
Back away from this one because it looks like a hard
Make
one.
these mind.
try to work out which
settle
this
in.
is.
Yeah.
Which Jared meme is this? Rock DS?
Oh, it's one of them.
Oh no.
Oh, he doesn't know if he can ask.
Oh no, it's me. I'm in trouble. Oh,
Don't say a word. Gonna need some more info on the battlecruiser there, Chief. Don't say a word. Don't say a word.
It's the one concept.
I'll say this so that if somebody gets angry at me, they can just come to me. The battlecruiser, for those of you who don't know, is our last concept. It's from the original crowdfunded campaign.
They have to do it.
We didn't do any concept ships this year. It's our intention to never do another concept ship again, other than the battlecruiser. And when it comes,
I'm gonna watch the chat for this.
being a giant military style thing, if only there was a giant military style event that would be appropriate to reveal such things. That's
Okay.
probably where you might expect to learn more
Fair enough.
about it.
Invictus next year. Cool.
Definitely not
2026.
Where we've already spilled the beans on too much of the 2026 schedule.
I was going to type it Battle Cruiser 2026.
Did you confirm the manufacturer then or not?
No, we're not revealing them.
Wait, did you just confirm it for 2026?
Nadius,
I
thank
feel
you
like
so
we're not
much.
Did I?
2026.
Did I?
You didn't.
Citizen Joel's like, open development. Open development doesn't mean we just say everything that comes into our brain. That's never been what open development is. It's never what it's going to be. Open development. It's been very open. All right. Have you identified a stopping point where SC will have enough ships?
Never.
No.
No. Well, why does there have to be a limit?
Well, like, we haven't even, like, if you think of a matrix of all different sizes and manufacturers, we haven't even filled one of every size and role.
We just got our salvage starter.
Right? And
One of them.
We don't just
You
want
already
one
had
in most of
them.
the slots because people want a choice, right? Some people don't like RSI,
just
some
made
people
another.
don't like Drake, some people don't like
Those are all terrible
Origin.
people.
Granted, but we want people to have options, and we haven't even filled out the basic matrix yet.
And like our alien races, we've got a few more systems to make and a few more places to go. And I think there's a lot of opportunities there.
There's one alien race that is in the lore that we've never done anything with.
The Kurthak.
Yeah.
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 Kurthak ships.
Shout out to Wingman. Just deep lore there.
Deep.
To my knowledge, he invented it. And yeah. Okay.
The Kurthak.
So
They're
at this point,
on the other side of
as
the
we work
Vandal.
towards the end here.
so you have to get through the Vandal to get to them.
These
I
are going to be
think.
more general gameplay questions that are related around spaceships. I want to preface this by saying these are the vehicle content
GN,
folks. These are the
there you
people
go.
that make the spaceships.
Sorry.
The folks who make gameplay that spaceships utilize are not always the same thing. For instance, salvage and mining. These folks have nothing to do with salvage and mining. Those are whole gameplay
And we were
system
Cold War
design
with the
teams.
Xi'an, so
And
we don't know
we
what's
will
on the
have
other side of
more
them.
shows. It's Torsten and stuff like that. So we're not able to answer every single question that comes in about this stuff, but we've tried to work out a few that we could research and ping some people for some answers. Can you separate docking and hangar requests for ships with a docking port like the Perseus? Please, dear God, yes. As docking is quite buggy and very unreliable, it makes it very hard to get into places like Orison, Alevsky, and stations. Is there anything more we can say other than I think every single one of us here is annoyed by this?
It'd be cool.
Yeah. We should probably talk with the people doing the command module work because they might be able to squeeze that in with their work. And actually, fun backstory that goes to the Apollo. So a lot of people, well, I think probably 50-50 realise the back ramp
Is a docking
and
port.
opening of the Apollo
Yeah.
is very small. That's because it's a docking collar.
Yeah.
It's both a small one and a big one, but it doesn't function in game because of that bug. And I told the team not to set it up as a docking collar because that would have meant that the Apollo would have had this. So every time you come to try and land somewhere, instead of a medium hangar,
It was always
trying to do the
dice
docking.
pot. Yeah.
So that's why the Apollo has this small entrance, is because it has a built-in docking collar to dock to other ships, stations
Thank
in
you,
the future
Papa
when we
Ender.
have the ability to split that up properly.
Yeah.
Not because I wanted to stop
Yeah, I
vehicles
don't-
being crammed in
And
the
thanks
back
for
of it,
looking out
which
as
is also
well
another reason, but-
the other day.
Yes, Cobalt 016, butt docking. Well, that's what it's officially referred to as. Correct.
Centipeding.
But no, I would say, I think I can safely say there's not a human being here that isn't
Pegging.
annoyed to heck by it. It's on the feature request list. Maybe
Especially
that-
everyone going to Levski.
Yeah. So maybe that's one of those things.
SC backering.
It's just a priority call like everything else. Let's just be real. But there's not a single human being here that doesn't want it. Let's see. There was a question about AI blades. It's not really for this team to discuss, but yes, still wanted, still intended. You might have seen some struggle with the MDC recently, and I mean that's essentially what is a PDT, but an AI blade controlled turret and
Yeah.
whatnot. And you see You're seeing right now, live and in real time, some of the limitations with the current implementation.
What
of
I don't
that.
understand is the
There's-
AI have
I know that
turrets.
we were you were bugging things up, and you were chasing this stuff down. I'm watching. One of the pleasures of my job is I get to watch John pop up in like half dozen different chats, like this needs to get fixed, and this needs to get fixed, and this needs to get fixed, and whatnot. So it's still intended. It's still the thing. It's ships like the Clipper and the Generalist. Solo players it is our intention never to leave solo players behind. Yes, it is a massively multiplayer online universe. Yes, you'll be able to always do more with friends and with colleagues and allies and stuff like this. But there should be a place for people who don't want to do any of that. We're very passionate about that. That is still at the core of our intention for this
massive in
game.
kilometers.
And things like AI blades, things like
Not the amount of
we used
players.
to talk a lot about NPC crews, stuff like that. All that stuff was designed for that. It's just all things in their time.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, obviously, on Spectrum and Reddit talking about, oh, well, they've got the flight blades and the eye blades. Surely it's easy just to get the rest of it in. That the way we've had to implement them, it isn't how blades are going to have to work. We've had to use our current systems in interesting ways to get them to function the way that they are, and it's just not how blades are going to be.
Yeah, we never do it right the first
How
time,
much
I guess.
does 7-Up pay me? Oh,
Quick, 10 the Dr. Pepper.
this is all the sugar I'm allowed for like an entire year.
Do we get commission? Oh,
Still stay with it.
you can't see.
No, they can't see it.
Can't see mine. It's fine.
It's not a shot.
He's got Dr. Pepper.
There it is.
Camera's it. Camera. There you go.
Based.
Where is that camera?
Jabbo,
Will
thank
ships
you,
like
dude.
the Perseus and other multi-crew ships for that
Thank
matter
you.
ever get missions with scalable payouts rewards that actually encourage multi-crew? I don't see the point of any multi-crew ships like the Perseus when nothing in this game rewards group play, as rewards and credits are always split. Again, this is not one for the vehicle content team, but if you follow
why are
along
we
with the
asking
monthly
it?
report,
I'm gonna miss the
just
rest
like
of the
this,
show.
you'll see occasional mentions of Mission 2.0. This is,
Oh, this is big news.
I mean, I'm going to sound a little like a broken record here. It's another refactoring of the entire mission system in order to do the things that we all wanted to do. For years, missions weren't able to give you rewards. You could never complete a reward and get anything other than credits for that and stuff. It's just one of the challenges of we run a live environment during the development of our game. Most games get to do all this secretly. You would never get a mission system that doesn't have, things like we can give you an item for a reward and stuff like this.
Most games don't take
mission
13 years.
The mission system that they're currently working on and whatnot is the thing that we've been specking out for years.
He said the
It's
thing.
the
He
thing that
did.
will unlock incredibly dedicated developers like Elliot Maltby and Yorit and all those when you only list two names, you start to sound like a real jerk
Right.
because you don't list everybody else. Max,
Lars,
and
Max.
I'm blanking on other names. They're going to think, thanks for not mentioning me. But all those members of the mission team, they are chomping at the bit. They want this new system too, so that they can do exactly the kinds of things that you're talking about. It's just another way that Star Citizen will continue to evolve.
Jolly in
and
chat.
After a year, that's been relatively
You haven't been
dry
on
with
camera in a
features,
while,
and we
that's
knew it
why.
would be. We came out here. I sat out here for
The real
2-3
dry
hours
guy?
with Benoit at the beginning of the year. Saying
What's his
that,
name?
the 2026 schedule should be. We've done a lot of talking about 2026, and I want to say this as honestly and as candidly as I can. I'm using the word "should be" because
Nobody's
the
been on
other
camera.
maxim that I run into the ground is the only
Nick,
constant
yeah.
in game development is change. It should be a marked change from 2025 as far as feature work goes. It won't be the relentless pace of 2024 or 2023 as far as broken, half-finished things. But we took this year to get those proverbial ducks in a row to develop these things further along. So
I hope so, but I don't
you'll
believe
see
until
with
I see.
engineering on the horizon, and then a crafting tech preview after that, and then hopefully all on its way to base building and a whole host of things like scanning and radar improvements and stuff in between. 2020, it is everybody's hope that 2026 is going to have a lot more stuff like that, including mission system work, which is how I got on this.
Cool. Fingers crossed. Social
For
tools.
Disco directly, are we going to see more normal SCL and ISC schedule next year? I was going to say there are no normal SCLs or ISCs. Yes. Again, I think I said it earlier. Not back to 2024 schedule. Not back to 2015 schedule.
No,
where
we
we're doing
don't
5
need-
shows a week.
Yeah. We
But
don't need that.
I want to find more ways to get back to this.
A
more
weekly
often.
something.
The reason for the change this year was elucidated back in February with that show with Benoit, but it was also big changes in my role here internally and my
you go.
responsibilities and stuff like this. So
I
we're at
didn't
the
know
point
that, but
now
he
where I can
kept
go
alluding
back
to it.
and we can go back and with feature work coming online, we should be able to tell more stories. It's hard because, quite frankly, when you're doing content, you don't want to spoil the content. You don't want to.
You had so many opportunities.
Kept doing
This is a cop out. You had opportunities.
Every single aspect of
There's so much more in every patch
dark
other
territory
than
and
the
line of
story.
mine. All this, there would have been no discovery for anybody
Bullshit.
whatsoever. And
You had so much opportunity.
just really
We call
tried
it
to
out
avoid
every
that.
time.
We're a game company. It's important. A lot of
There's
people
no content
are
in this
working to make
patch.
this tremendous content. They would
This
like
show was great.
for you to
Why?
experience it in game.
What are we working on?
And I agree with that. So
Boom.
we scaled the shows back. So
Done.
with more feature work coming online next year, we should be able to spike the shows up a bit.
And then spoiled everything.
And
at
we're
SitCon,
still
by the way. So,
kicking around ideas of different kinds of shows we can do. That's still
Puppet show.
a what?
Puppet show.
Oh my God, yes.
oh, different kinds. Don't no. Just the formula's so good.
When are we
Don't
getting the
change it.
Polaris and other newly released capital ships into PU shops? That goes back to the answer I gave earlier today. Not every ship is going to UEC shops. It's just not. These ships will be attainable in game. These ships will be earnable in game. That's not the same as every ship goes into a store. This is one of those things that he'll forgive me if I speak on his behalf, but I've literally heard him say these words. It's like the idea that you go into a Hertz rent-a-car and rent a Nimitz class aircraft carrier, like it just makes the brain itch. It's like there should be other ways. That's where crafting comes in. That's
Okay.
where, to an extent, at the moment, Wicklow comes in, so like this, and then other ways, reputation gains and stuff like that. There'll be many more ways for you to attain these ships other than just UEC. It's just, frankly, boring and not particularly interesting, which are, I guess, are the same thing, and just not diegetic with the universe that we're building to put every single thing into a UEC shop. The idea
Okay,
that
it's
you
really
learn a new
boring
deal
that everything
and
is
pick
sold
up an
for real
interest is
money
kind of silly.
all the
So,
fucking time.
Finding other ways, but
That's
they will
really
all
boring,
be
too.
attainable in game, one way or another, or in multiple ways.
And like, there's no focus on actually delivering that
Can we
aspect.
please
ships are
get
so
a general
important.
quarters alarm on multi-cruise ships? Gosh, we were talking on that show that I had Simon and Phil on earlier. They committed to doing that on that ship, and if I'm misremembering that, and they didn't, I'm going to say they did right now. But yes, again, it's one of those things. There's not a human being here that doesn't want it.
Who doesn't want that red alert moment?
You need it. You need that red alert moment. All hands, the battle station, stuff like this. We just want it. Will ballistic weapons have different types of ammunition? For example, high velocity,
did say.
explosive, incendiary.
Type.
That's still the plan as far as I'm aware. Again, that's not really a vehicle thing. That's just like that's a game-wide ammo types question for the game and system designers.
I've heard
So
talk. of
that's not a
explosive
confirmation, though.
quite a few times.
Don't take that as a confirmation.
Are you ever going to make turrets actually decent,
Yes.
or should we just all bring light fighters?
Good fucking question.
There's that's the work of
Jovi and Rich.
of Rich's team or whatever. They've done several passes and making improvements of them over the years. They have gotten better, but I don't think anybody's going to sit here and tell
They
you
got better,
they're
then they
where
got
everybody
worse.
wants it to be. So
I do quite like the idea of little fighters as turrets that you can eject off and.
You keep bringing that up.
I know.
man. We're
What?
doing it
Mark
with-
is shutting me down.
what?
He wants ships as turrets that detach and fly off.
Actually, I'll fly around, shoot things, and come back.
Like detachable
Ships.
turret pods?
Yeah.
That just,
fucking
that just
love
fly
that idea.
around?
In the back, you
The
fly
Fury.
around, blow some stuff
Yeah.
up, come back, land.
It's literally what the Fury
Rocky
is. You
shut
made it
down.
already, dude. You already did it.
He's the reason of good. In the team.
I'll accept that reason. I will, if people don't like that one, I will bear that cross.
You know, it makes sense. We'll be able to do it right when we get the command module and iPads on.
Just because we can doesn't mean we should.
Okay.
Open development.
Yeah, there you go.
chat's going
That's
real
fucking
fast.
open
Hold on.
development right now.
See, they love it.
That's not what I'm seeing here.
Oh, okay.
Really? They don't love it?
Team Mark, if you agree with
Yep.
not doing it and it's
Yep.
a bad idea. Team Ben, if you think it's a good idea.
The LGBT Alaban says,
love it.
fix the things in game first. I could be really snide here, but this is a comment that comes up very often, so I'm going to address it. There are nearly 1,000 people who work for CIG between Star Citizen and Squadron 42, and the people who
These are the
worked
only three that work
the
on
30K
Star Citizen.
errors and whatnot are not the same people that build the Argo Mole and stuff like this. It's not a question of fix this first before you do that. It is with hundreds and hundreds of people on dozens and dozens of
How are
teams,
people
all
still
teams,
this
all with
stupid?
different focuses, all with different aptitudes, stuff like this. It's possible to do these things over here, not at the expense of these things over here. And in fact, allowing these people to do these things are how these people get to focus and how these people get to bury their head, in their work and just hit on it. There has been a freight elevator strike team going since just before, was it Race for Stanton? Was that one? And they have not stopped. There's been a little strike team, and I'm
Time for a
privileged
hanger
to be
one,
in
I
that
think.
chat, and I get to see them every single day. They have not stopped
That's DJ's
one
team?
day
That explains
since
everything.
Race for Stanton dropped, working and fixing freight elevator stuff and all the various edge cases and hardening that system. And they get to do that because we have other teams, content teams, working to put other things in the game to keep engagement going, to keep the game, alive and thriving.
For the guy who came in chat and asked
keep
where-
their heads down and focus on that.
Where
So
Theaters of War is?
it is
There's
not
your fucking answer.
ever a question of fix this before you
Freight
do that.
elevator strike team.
We're doing both. We're doing both with 2 different teams, 3 different teams, 5 different teams, 10 different teams, and things will be done in their time, which is not always the super delightful answer. I mean,
No.
kind of sucks to be told it's not tomorrow.
Yep.
Not as bad as John's nerf to the whole D and Hull E cargo. That's
Dude,
just trash.
that was the best thing we heard today.
But no,
That was so
it's just-
crazy what it was at.
I want to take that opportunity just to smash it. 'cause
What are
I-
them at,
I
like
st- I see that.
100,000
It's a total-
SU, right?
It's
It's
a
like some
totally
crazy number.
normal thing to think that you can't do this. You should do this before you do this, but that's just not the way game development works.
98,000.
All right, we're wrapping up here. I'm
I
gonna
actually
do
caught the whole thing.
One last question. That's really a series of questions.
Thank you, Jared. My wife will not be pissed at me today.
Let's see how much I can get away with. We've said a lot about this next year's ships. So we've talked about the Aurora Gold Standard, and we revealed that an Aurora Mark II is
The
going
day
to
is long. Yeah.
what else did we confirm?
That's a danger.
Not falling into that trap.
I'm getting
Almost got him.
confused.
Raylan,
Raylan is coming. Raylan is coming next
Parasite module.
command module,
year.
which implies
Okay,
Ironclads.
well, no, because you said the command module will come alongside the Ironclad.
Yeah.
And so if you just said the command module is going to come next year,
No, we didn't say it was coming next year. We just said what have we confirmed.
but John just said,
Oh, I just said it.
you just said the command module.
I'll go say everything.
Lamps are coming to the game.
This is what happens when we don't do a show in a while. I forget how these things work. Let's go ahead. Let's not reveal the entire ship list of 2026 because people like,
It's gonna change.
People like to
I enjoy
people like to
watching the
talk
videos.
and people like to, but let's give I hit the content. I hit some of the content creators.
They talked
at the
about
beginning of the show. The people who do the
What are they working on?
What is it called when they do the watch?
Oh,
when they
watch
do
parties, like
No, not watch party. That's not a party.
Co-streaming.
No, when they sit there and they
Highlights.
react videos. That's what it's called. That's what it's called. Let's give people. Let's give them something to react to that they can feed the beast, because they do wonderful service for our project and get the game out and stuff like this. Let's reveal the manufacturers of every ship in 2026.
That is
Because
stupid.
we know what the schedule
I hope
is.
someone's got the list.
Let's reveal the
because
Releasing
it could
or working on?
change.
releasing. Let's
Two different.
just
I
the
would say just
manufacturers
working on.
of the releasing ships in
They're gonna.
2026.
This is such a bad decision because they're gonna.
Yep.
RSI.
Aegis. Yep. Did you say RSI?
Yep.
RSI.
Well, they're not gonna miss it, I guess.
Yes.
Misk.
Yes.
A Misk
Misk
ship.
ship.
Oh, Kruger.
Kruger
Yep.
is getting another ship.
Obviously,
What else we got?
Grays.
Gray's is getting another ship.
Gray's
Origin.
getting another ship.
Origin is back. Origin is back with another ship next year.
Gatak.
Gatak has another ship.
Raylan.
Oh. Your favorite color?
Oh, Argo.
No, he means Gray Cat. And Gray Cat.
Argo.
And Grey Cat.
Gray Cat's getting a vehicle next year. So those are the. I'm pretty confident those are the.
Trying to go rack my brain. These
Yeah.
questions hurt me.
Yeah.
No, that's scary, 'cause
those are
they
the
might miss one,
manufacturers
and then people
who
get
are-
mad.
who are-
I don't
who are
know.
releasing new ships in 2026, and immediately people are like, oh, Consolidated Outland, forgot again. No Crusader, boo.
Oh, there is no
We're not
Crusader.
doing
Why do you hate
Crusader, I don't
Crusader,
think.
Ben?
I love Crusader.
Yeah, those are just the ones we're releasing on.
Those are just released, not the ones that are being worked on.
There are other manufacturers being worked on.
Yep.
Imply from that what you wish.
Reveal the new. Let's just push our luck. You revealed that there's going to be another Kruger ship. This is not another Wolf variant. You want to? Let's give him the name. Let's give him the name
New Kruger ship.
and let him speculate.
I'm suddenly panicking that this is it's Stingray.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Sorry, I was just making sure it wasn't a working title. 'Cause we have some
Stingray. I hope it looks
quite
like one.
interesting working titles.
Yeah, we do.
Nope.
You think racing
the
ship?
Stingray will be the name of the next Kruger ship some point next year. And people
Corvette
can guess,
Stingray was my favorite
People can speculate about what
car
that is.
growing up as a
And
kid.
then
The 70s. That
let's
shape.
end on a high note. This is IAE. We're about to go into the finale. The finale where I think all the ships come back and whatnot. The big ship for
Back
IAE
when I was 30?
this year was the Perseus. I
think I was single digits
It's
at
always
the
like
time.
a big ship. The big ship for Fleet Week this year was the Idris. What was the big ship for IAE last year?
Polaris.
Polaris. Oh, the big ship for IAE last year is the Polaris. Go ahead. Let's let John do this.
I was going to say I'm backing out of this
Let's go to
conversation
John's
right now.
camera.
We can't get told
Let's
off.
go
if we
ahead
don't
and
use it.
tell people
They hate
what
him
the
right now.
big ship for IAE is next year.
The big ship planned for next IE is the RSI Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Just like we said, we were going to do the RSI ships in a series.
Yeah, not a surprise.
Still sticking to that.
So
Actually,
And there is from some of those manufacturers, there's multiple ships coming, not just.
I think that is the best
That's
rear
not, we listed like we
I saw some
entry
people asking about
than
certain
any
ships.
other
Yeah,
ship.
we listed like 11 manufacturers. That's not only 11 ships. We did 27.
That's the
ships
modular
this
one,
year,
right?
I don't know how many ships. I can't remember off the top of my head how many ships next year, but it's close, if not
About the same.
about the same. So some of those manufacturers have multiple.
Some big, some small.
Yeah, it has like a proper hangar
But all right,
entry.
so yeah, that's been
2026.
Star Citizen Live. Lots of ship talk. Hope
This
you
show
enjoyed
fucking
it.
delivered.
Hope you had some laughs. We had some good news. We had some bad news.
I don't
but
think there was
all
any
throughout
bad
we had
news.
some real news. And as always, I'm eternally appreciative to John and Ben and Mark who are willing to come on here and speak candidly about this stuff.
Hull got smaller is not bad news.
Sometimes
It means
a
you're
little
going to
too
get it.
candidly about the 2026
Oh, the
schedule.
weapon kit bullshit,
But
yeah.
It's all right.
Open development.
Don't choke, Jared. We kind of need you, mate.
Just as we went for the bite.
Yeah, and Torsten
Anyway.
next week, I think.
Thanks for watching. Remember that Twitch drops are going on right now. Star Citizen's first Twitch drops are on Twitch. I don't know if we had them set up for our stream or not. Other people handle that stuff. But if they didn't watch, if you didn't earn them watching our stream, there's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of Star Citizen streamers out there. You can watch them and earn a pretty cool set of light armor that matches with a set of medium armor and some heavy armor. And honestly, it matches with like the concierge armor we did, whatnot. So you collect them all and you can mix and match certain parts and whatnot. Personally, I like the helmet.
Dude, I can hear my wife yelling, "Come on, Jared!"
Heavy version of this armor. I really like the heavy version of the armor. I don't like the helmet. It's just not for me. But I like to mix and match personally. So Twitch drops going on. If you didn't get them watching this show, you can watch any one of our tremendous Star Citizen content creators on Twitch right now and earn those. So do that. Next week, part of my red vine fell off. Our red vine's heads are falling off. What was I saying? Next week, ISC comes back with a special dedicated to engineering. We're calling it Talking with Torsten.
That's a good name.
Because, as evidenced by the naming of this episode, I've given up. I just dropped my... Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, as always, for continuing to support Star Citizen as we're closing out our 13th year, moving into our 14th year. I think those numbers are correct. And yeah.
I miss these,
I
man.
won't see you live again before the end of this year. But when I see you live again, it'll be a brand new year, and we'll be off and seeing what 2026 has to discover.
You shared it all already.
Star Citizen and its continuing development. So I'm Jared. That was John. That was Ben. That was Mark. These are Red Vine's Crazy Delicious Thanksgiving treat. See you later.
Thank you, Pseudo Mexican.
Take care. Remember to spay and neuter your pets.
Dude, what a great show.
It's Bob Barker from Price is Right. No. You old heads.
I get it. I know what he's talking about. But yeah, that's why we like these. I really miss them doing this for real. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to go enjoy my Thanksgiving. So we'll catch you guys later. All right. Be good.